Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm happy you're here today. My name is Jen if you are new, and we are talking Christmas. I'm ready to start planning, and I do know that it is early October, but this is the time of the year that I typically will do this because of the fact that I love Christmas so much and I love the holiday season. I don't want to spend all of my holidays shopping and scouring the stores for decor items and decorating and planning and doing all of that just because I don't want to be seen as someone who's going too early to plan. Typically, planning is something you do early anyway, and so this is when I do my planning. Now, today we're going to be taking a look at some of my Pinterest boards. I've got some items behind me that I shared in a recent haul video, and I want to show you how I'm planning to bring in a lot of these really beautiful items together by sharing with you some of my Pinterest mood boards. If you see me glancing down, it's because I'm taking a look at my laptop. I want to make sure that I'm kind of sharing with you my thoughts and my ideas. And so we're going to start with this one right here. This one is one that I found on Pinterest recently, and it does incorporate a little bit of those cranberry colors that I had mentioned in a previous video, but it brings in a little bit of that Moody and luxe vibe. I love the colors that are going on in this mood board. I think it is absolutely stunning. You can see that they are working with some velvet ribbon, which I am on the hunt for. I want to try to find velvet ribbon in this dark green color along with this sort of moody cranberry color. I think that's so pretty. I love the mercury glass style ornaments, and I was not able to grab any last year at Hobby Lobby, and sadly they didn't bring them back. But I did see, I'll share a video here. I saw this on, I want to say I saw this on Instagram, and I hope that I did save it so that I can share with you the person who did the video originally, because I do want to give credit where it's due. But this looks like a really easy way to create your own mercury glass ornaments if you don't find them in store, or maybe if you find some but they're not quite your color scheme. But you can see that they are mixing sort of that matte and satin burgundy ornament along with some mercury glass and some gold, of course the bells, and then the wood beads. And if you saw last week's video, you see that I do have the wood beads here. So I love the way they are tying together sort of this understated luxe look. Now it also has that marble stocking hanger, and you guys saw when I shared last week's video, I do have this same cream colored marble going on. So I think this is going to be a really fun way to sort of bring in all of those warm, moody, and welcoming colors together for the Christmas season. Now, last year I picked up the set of stoneware Christmas village houses from Target, and so I feel like I've already started to collect a lot of the items that are similar to the one in the image. So, you know, that's definitely something I encourage you to do when you're planning, is try to go with like a base neutral. As you can see, I'm using my kind of flocked cream colored ornaments as my base neutral. And then I want to try to find complementary colors. That way next year, if I decide I don't want to do brown because, you know, I've done it 2 years already, I can switch easily into that cream color base neutral plus the burgundy, or the cream color base neutral plus the greens, right? So these are all colors that work perfectly together, and you can combine them as one color scheme, or you can use them individually with your neutral base as a way to make a pop of color that is, you know, using your ornaments for more than one season, using your items for more than one season, but making them look fresh and new every year. And that's something that can save you some money. So that's pro tip. I don't consider myself a pro. I just really like to decorate, and I also really like to save money. So that's one of the things that I have been trying to do. Now, when we're talking about bringing in moody colors, I do love the moody color scheme. And I think that this one is a beautiful setup. This is from Heather Carrera, and I love the color scheme that they're going with here. This is dramatic and bold and moody and beautiful. And one of the things that I really loved is that the way they're using texture here with this sort of brown ruched blanket, which I think is from Walmart. I feel like I did see a similar blanket online when I was shopping at Walmart. Now, I don't know if it's exactly the same. I saw one in like a light cream that had dark brown undertones, and also this dark brown one. So I think that I may go see if I can find that at Walmart. but I just love the way they're sort of blending that bold, moody brown with this beautiful evergreen. And I think it's so pretty. They're also bringing in a few pops of gold. You can see that at the base of the candle. And gold is something that I have traditionally had for my Christmas decor year after year anyway. So once I get my totes down from storage, I'll probably be able to work a lot of these color schemes in with the items that I already have. I do have brown ornaments that are very similar to that center one there that almost looks like glass. The only thing I don't have is the stag. Now, in the previous picture, I didn't really mention it, but it did have an image of a stag, like a neutral art piece with a stag, and I think it was really pretty. And then as I'm looking at this one, I'm noticing that it does have the stag head also. And so I feel like maybe that's something I'm drawn to and just didn't realize it until just now. But I think this is really pretty. And again, they're using that beautiful velvet fabric. I think that's a velvet ribbon, but I am definitely going to be on the hunt for velvet ribbons this year. Hobby Lobby is a great place to find that, so I think I may go back and see if I can find some in store that fit into this color scheme. Now this one is a little bit more neutral. It's not as bold, it's not as moody, although it does have quite a few of those moody colors, the browns especially, but you can see once again that I'm talking about using cream as my neutral base. And then in this image, you can see that brown is the accent color along with the gold metallics. And that's kind of simple. You don't have to have multiple accent colors. You can just go with your neutral base and one pop of color, and then use your metallic as a third color or as a second accent color. And so they're using, again, the brass bells, which I already do have. They're using the cream and brown flocked ornaments, the beautiful throw blanket and pillows. They're gorgeous. And then again, it looks like wood beads there on the left of the image. And I just think it's beautiful. I think it's really kind of timeless. And I am typically drawn to a neutral color scheme, which is why I think this year I want to try to just add in a few pops of this sort of cranberry color, because I don't like the traditional bold primary red for Christmas. And I do know that that is a color that most people tend to use, but it just doesn't speak to me. So I want to sort of bring in some of those warm colors that are, you know, traditionally associated with Christmas, but in a muted way. So you can see that in this image here, it's mostly brown and cream, but you could add in just a few pops of cranberry to this, or really green or any other color that you really like. Even black would be a really pretty accent with this, because you can see in the image at the top, the background of that image is a black background. So there's a lot of different options, especially when you start off with a neutral base, that can help blend into many different seasons of color schemes, but something that you don't have to go out and like replace every single thing. Now, last year, this was the image that kind of sold me on that dark rattan tree color, and I did pick one up this year. If you haven't seen my haul, I'll share it with you. I'll link it below. But I did pick up one from Hobby Lobby for $20. Like, what a great deal. It's this dark color rattan. I think it's gorgeous. And this tree is very similar to the tree that I had last year. So there's not a lot of things going on in this image. Basically, I just wanted to share with you that this is sort of the color scheme that I'm going with. That dark rattan tree color that I have, I cannot wait to see it on my tree. I think it's gonna be beautiful. And you guys, in my previous video, I had mentioned that I'm working with King of Christmas this year. They sent me a gorgeous tree. I can't wait to share it with you and decorate it this season together. Now you can see I'm going with this beautiful dark rattan color for the wicker tree base. They are bringing in some natural neutral colored trees. I think those were from Target last year, and I have them if those are the same ones. And so I love the idea of bringing in those organic elements. It makes everything feel a little bit more cozy and welcoming, and it just kind of brings in nature, especially during the winter season. Now I live in Florida, so we don't get snow, and some of our trees stay green. Our grass stays green sometimes in the winter as well. But if you're in an area where, you know, it snows and you don't have a lot of greenery, bringing in faux greenery like that wreath there in the image, as well as that potted Christmas tree, that's a great way to sort of enhance your color schemes and bring in a little bit of nature. And that is just a beautiful setup that they're using here. And you can see they are using black as an accent color as well. They have that one candlestick that's black and it's so pretty. And I think that's kind of a great way to enhance the neutral and natural looks, is to bring in a pop of bold black, especially in a modern way, which they did here with this candlestick. Now, one of the things that inspired me is this image here. This is a gorgeous entryway table. It's got 3 bronze lanterns on it. And I don't know, there's just something about this image that spoke to me. I think it's gorgeous. I love the coloring of the metal of the lanterns. They've got just like a simple white candle inside. It's elegant. I feel like that is beautiful. And then of course the fairy lights all around it, reflecting on the glass, really enhances that beautiful, you know, sort of angelic or ethereal looking lighting situation. So I think I may want to try to do something similar to this for my tablescape if I can find the right lanterns. These are really pretty. They look like they might be slightly different sizes. The one in the middle looks like it might be just a little bit taller. So not only am I on the hunt for lanterns that are bronze and beautiful like this, but I'm gonna have to find them in multiple sizes also. So fingers crossed I find something like that. If not, then I'm going to, you know, obviously use what I have. But this image actually is the one that speaks to me the most, because I love the way they're bringing in lighting. And that's something that I've talked about in the past with you guys is, you know, lighting makes all the difference. That cozy ambient lighting is so beautiful for the holidays, especially when it's getting dark early and it's cold outside. It's so nice to be able to return home and turn on all of your ambient lighting and just feel cozy and welcomed by your space. And so this is one that I'm gonna try to recreate. Not only is this beautiful for Christmas, but a lot of the colors that I'm going with for the holidays are ones that I can also use for the fall for next year. So if I do find lanterns like this, you can bet I'm not only gonna use them for Christmas, they're gonna be perfect for year-round decor. Well guys, thanks for taking a look at Pinterest with me. I hope I was able to give you some ideas and thoughts on how you can bring in that cozy and welcoming, warm vibe to your home for the holiday season. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you will join me again in a future video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until then, check out that video right there. It's a really fun one.